You know, it's like I just give up in life. I give up. You know, I'm at work and me, you know, stupid me trying to be friendly to like the new guy at work. I go up to this kid at work yesterday. I'm like, hey man, you know, I try to be friendly. You know, what's going on? You know, I'm always curious about what people do at home, because you know, talk to people, it's the same old bullshit. You know, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Same shit, different day. Another day in paradise. I hate all that kind of shit. So I'm like, hey man, what's going on? What you been up to? He's like, oh, I went to a gym yesterday. I said, oh yeah, that's great. What'd you train? Arms? Legs? He goes, no, my Charmander. I said, Char, what? He goes, don't you play Pokemon Go? And I was like, I just turned around and I walked away. I was like, no, I don't play Pokemon Go. I play PC Engine Stay. I just like giving up altogether. It's like, I'm sitting around battling Pokemon. I'd rather battle cancer. So while we're on the subject of PC Engine games, guys, we got a great selection of PC Engine games I'd love to discuss with you today. Okay, now that monologue's over. So basically, we took everything we got from the last garage sale haul, which was those Nintendo games, those N64 games, and the rest of that shit, and we sold it. Let me tell you something. N64 games, what did they put? Like a huge bag of fucking cocaine in each one of these games? Because 9 games sold for over $280. It blows my mind every time. I know I talk about it, but these N64 games, they sell like hotcakes. It's incredible. So we wound up getting over $500 for everything. And I mean, as soon as that money goes in the PayPal account, baby, I'm ordering up PC Engine games, and that's where we're at right now. Now, this is more than I purchased with that $500, the stack of games here. I didn't realize I had this many games that I haven't presented you guys with yet. So, you know, let's have a little fun and talk about PC Engine games. For the 3 people out there that actually like PC Engine games, you know what? I went to a bachelor party the other day, and my friend Steve says to me, you gotta love honest friends. He goes, yeah, he goes, I used to love, just like this, I used to love watching your show. He goes, now I can't stomach it anymore. I was like, oh, I said, thanks, Steve. But it's understandable now. I know it's very, you know, PC Engine oriented. So, you know, what am I talking about? Let's move on. Hey, Ordine. Boy, oh boy, let me tell you something. Namco games are interesting because some of them can come off a little simple, but they are simple and they're just like classically fun games. It's, you know, Namco makes some interesting games. I mean, they were a big staple of the PC Engine library. So here we go. Ordine is a great little 2-player shooter, if you please. And it's funny. I can remember going over a friend's house. It was one of those after-school things where you meet up with a guy that you don't know him. He's more of an acquaintance, but I rode my bike over there because he had some TurboGrafx games that I've never seen. And 2 of the games that he had were Fantasy Zone and Ordine. And I remember always looking at the cover of Ordine in at Toys R Us and whatnot, and thinking, you know, it's not my type of game. I was never into these type of cartoony, cutesy games. I wanted wizards, I wanted warriors, I wanted tanks, and that sort of thing. So when he put in Ordine, I remember thinking to myself, wow, it's bright, it's colorful, you know, it was fast-paced. And it was just very interesting. So, and that always stuck in my head, but I never played it from that time forward until now. So here we go. What's interesting about Ordine is for every enemy you kill, you collect money, and then you can go into a shop and buy weapons. Ba 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 ba. We all know that recipe. But You can also win a lottery. They have a lottery system where you kind of like fly into another place, and you can place a bet, and you can pull like I don't know, it's like a fucking slot machine or something like that, and you can wind up winning a large sum of cash. And what's great about Ordine is when you die, you don't lose your money. So in other words, you could be down on, like, when you die in a lot of shooters, you lose all your power-ups, but you don't lose your money. So you're a shop away from being able to power up your ship again. And prices are kind of funny in some shops. You know, some shops, you know, early shops can be more expensive than later shops. So you got to get to know the shops, which really lends itself to replayability with this game. Very interesting game. Very inexpensive game, too. I think we paid like $28 for this, $25 to $30. I'm not exact on the prices, but kind of close. Okay. Another game that I only got my feet wet was Paranoia. Okay, and I believe this on the TurboGrafx was Psychosis, if I got that right. Real trippy shooter. You know, really strange things happening in this shooter. A lot of different, like, strange organic creatures and whatnot. Very organic shooter. I think I got past the first level in this game. Again, all these games I just got my feet wet with, and what I do is I'll go through them again and play them some more. I remember clearly, like, on the bottom of the screen, like, this creature came out, and then another creature came out from behind it and started railing it, and I was thinking to myself, wow, look at that. That's interesting. And I immediately thought, is that in the American version? I doubt it. Maybe it is. I don't know. Okay. This game right here is interesting because when you look up... You see, this is the wonderful part about the PC Engine. There's such mystery involved with it still. It's a very exciting time to be involved with the PC Engine. I'm telling you right now, 5, 10 years from now, PC Engine is going to be maybe even boring, maybe considered passé, because so many people, I think there's a... Listen, I think people are getting fed up with their NES, with their Sega Genesis, with their, you know, PlayStation collection, and I think people are going to gravitate towards the Japanese games more. It's already happening. Famicom, Super Famicom, PC Engine, Mega Drive, this type of thing. People want to expand their horizons when it comes to game collecting, and you can't head in a better direction than the PC Engine. So during my research, searching for, you know, naturally we're trying to find the greatest, not the greatest, but all of the shooters for the PC Engine. I did look up some lists of, like, you know, what are the top 10 games for the PC Engine? Shooter, platform, or whatever, RPG, doesn't matter, top 10. And what keeps coming up is this game right here. It's Golemma Speed. And what this game is you're basically like a snake, and what you do is you try to encapsulate, I guess, pieces, enemies on the game, and then they turn, you know, and then you destroy them. And, you know, sometimes you're being chased around by an enemy, sometimes you have to figure out puzzles or whatnot. And from what I understand, the guys that developed this game were basically, I guess Nintendo executives got a hold of them and wanted to grab them from whatever company they work for, because Nintendo was so enamored with this game. They really thought it was fantastic. I played it. You know, it's weird when you go into a game with such high expectation. If I would have just bought a lot of games and Golemma Speed was in there and I started to play it, I might have realized the brilliance of it. But with everybody clamoring over this game, I kind of put it in and I was like, and especially when they said, oh, Nintendo executives wanted these programmers because of what a spectacular game this is. And I really gave it a shot. I mean, I think I put like 3 or 4 hours into it, and I was like, it's good. It's good. But that's it. Golemma Speed, very inexpensive game. I think this was like, I think I paid 20. I got a new copy. I think it's like $19 to $25. I bought a new copy for like $35. Okay, here's where things get interesting. There's two games that I've been holding off on. And that is Star Parodia and Parodius Da. Okay, this is another one of those things where you look up on the forums and you see what I'm always interested to see what are people's favorite top 10 shooters, and it's always so askew, and I always see a lot of mistakes on there. I shouldn't say mistakes. Everybody has their own personal preference, but everybody. Star Parodia, Parodius Da. So I said, you know what? I put it off for the longest time, and I said, fuck it, I caved in. And now here we go. Here's a chip game. By the way, the last 3 games we discussed were all chip games. Here's a chip game by Konami. And I tell you what, when you look at a list of PC Engine games, if it's made by Hudson Soft, if it's made by Konami, it's a good game. I'm sorry. It's just a good game. Konami, wow. Parodius Da is like a play on, you know, Life Force and Gradius. And it's a play on a lot of Konami shooters. And you can pick from various characters. I don't know, some penguin. I don't know who the fuck the penguin is. You know, pick from different iconic Konami characters to fly as a shooter, and it's just like it's like a gag on, I guess, Konami shooters, or maybe even Konami games in general. Or I don't really know how to explain it. It's a well done game. It has beautiful graphics. It has great music. The gameplay is spot on. The controls are perfect in this game. It's a really, really fun shooter to play, and it's got one hell of a challenge, and it's just real. It's real interesting. This is the real deal, guys. Parodius Da is a great shooter. No question about it. Great weapons. A lot of fun to play. I didn't expect that I would enjoy it as much as I did. But I found that once I put the game in, you know it's a good game when you put the game in and your wife's calling you for dinner, and by the time you get up to eat dinner, she's not talking to you because it took you so long to get up the stairs. So that's a sign of a good shooter. Okay, next is a game that's been ported to every system known to man, and that is a little shooter called Fantasy Zone. Okay. Again, this was another shooter that I saw like Ordine, and this one really blew my mind when I first saw it. It was like Ordine. I remember when I went over this guy's house to watch these games that I've never seen before. I remember seeing Fantasy Zone, and just it was like these striking colors, and the TurboGrafx was never really known for games like that with these like really. Am I right on that? I don't know. It just had these really striking cartoon-like colors. And Fantasy Zone is like, I'm going to put it like, it's like Defender on LSD. It's true. And Fantasy Zone is a hard game. I mean, this game, it has the most deceiving complexity to it. Complexity? Difficulty. Deceiving difficulty. I didn't expect this game to be hard. While I was playing it, I was thinking to myself, is this game this hard? But I was really struggling with it, and I didn't give it that much time because, quite frankly, I had a stack of games that I was waiting to play. And but I will go back to Fantasy Zone. I want to give it a proper shot. And I know it was on the Sega Master System. I believe this might be one of the best versions of Fantasy Zone. So yeah, all sorts of computer systems. I think all the way back to the Spectrum, the ZX Spectrum. I could be wrong on that. I usually am, so disregard that. Okay, here's one now. Oh, by the way, Parodius I think we spent like $45 is probably the price range for Parodius data. Fantasy Zone, 30 bucks. And here we go. Here's one that split my wallet in two. And I've been holding off on this because I don't know how to explain this. Okay, here we go. Super Darius 2. Alright, now here's a game that goes on the regular. It's like 120 bucks. I think I got it for 112, I think. And I've been dragging my feet on the Darius series. I know the deal with the Darius games, okay? And to be honest with you, I played Darius Gaiden on the Sega Saturn, and I don't think there could possibly be a better Darius game ever made. Like, everybody says to me, oh, everybody says, Darius, it's the shooter with fish. But it's not. It's not. It's you're in space, and it's... Some of the creatures are fish-like. I don't know. The game seems confused to me. So on the PC Engine, you got Super Darius. You got Darius. You have Super Darius. You have Darius. Fuck. There's four Darius games. There's Darius Alpha, but I mean Darius Alpha was like a promotional game. The most expensive game for the PC Engine, but. Anyway, this is 3 Darius games I've really been dragging my feet on. Super Darius, excellent music, beautiful graphics, really nice graphics. Bosses to me seem a little on the repetitive side. You know, you always got to shoot them in their yap. They're always fish. I don't know. Super Darius did not blow my doors off for $120. Maybe I kind of had a grudge. You know what? Going into this game, I kind of had a grudge that I had to spend $120 fucking dollars for it. I think that's what it was. All right. So I'm gonna give it another chance. One of the levels had really nice music. It was almost like reminded me of Metroid type music. It was really dark, and you know you're shooting through this cavern, and it had this Metroid type music, and I thought that was really appealing. I really enjoyed that. And the difficulty it really ramped up on this game. And the power-ups, it's like, come on, can you give me some fucking power-ups already? The power-ups are underwhelming. Okay? So, Super Darius, a lot of people list this on their top 10. They'll list all the Darius games. It's like, if it has Darius in the name, it's automatically on my top 10. I don't know. Would it be on my top 10? Okay, well, here's an interesting one right here. This guy's, if you've never seen this before, this is God Panic. And now, listen, this is another one I had to almost break into my 401k to buy. This was like $120 or something like that, this fucking game. And I had to wait so long because every copy that you find is all beat up. For some reason, the manual is always faded or scratched up right on the blue stripe here. So I had to wait for a really nice copy of this game. And I wound up paying for it. Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, Super Darius is a Super CD game. Fantasy Zone's a chip game. And here we go. This is another Super CD game. God Panic. And what's interesting about God Panic is it's that typical. I would compare this game to Star Parodia, a little less refined, but with all this nutty Japanese stuff. You know what I'm talking about. One board is like the back of this woman tanning at a beach, and you're driving, you know, like from her feet all the way up to her head. Which is like, you know, and then some of the music is actually questionable copyright-wise. Stairway to Heaven on one level, Danger Zone from Top Gun on another level, and some other music, interestingly familiar music that you'll hear throughout the game. Is it a solid shooter? It's a very interesting shooter. You know, this game falls into that category of games like Aniki. you're asking the wrong guy to pronounce Japanese fucking PC Engine games. But yeah, I would say it's in that vein of Curiosities. Okay? God Panic. There you go. There's a $120 Curiosity for you. Oh boy. Wow. Here's another one that I dragged my feet on. You know what? A lot of these games, these more expensive PC Engine games that I'm not too familiar with, and I never watch a Let's Play before I purchase any of these PC Engine games, because I certainly won't let it spoil the game for me. You know, if I'm disappointed, I'm disappointed. I want to tell you about it. And, you know, that way, you know, when you guys want to buy your PC Engine games, I want to get into a lot more depth with these games. So, you know, everybody can have a really good understanding of, you know, what are the games to get and what are the games to stay away from. You know, if you're, you know, very selective about what you're purchasing, which you should be because they're expensive. Anyhow, Zero Wing, the thing that irked me about Zero Wing was the cover art. To me, the cover art seems so lazy. I don't know. I don't get it. It looks so generic. It looks so computer generated. And that drove me nuts. And I said, Zero Wing, Zero Wing. And here's another game that goes for big money. I think this was like $80-something. I think it was like $85 we had to pay for it. And it is standard CD-ROM, interestingly enough. I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Why is it that cutscenes in games that are on regular CD-ROM are usually better than games that are on Super CD-ROM? Does anybody else notice that? You think Super CD-ROM automatically supersedes anything that you could get on any regular CD-ROM or chip or whatever. But for some reason, on regular CD, I always see better cutscenes on regular CD games. Interesting. Or completely boring, depending on how you look at it. Alright, so here we go. Zero Wing. What's interesting about Zero Wing? Beautiful game. Beautiful shooter. Here's a game where you can, you know, turn it on. You can mix yourself a pina colada. And you can play. It's one of those shooters that moves at a slow pace. You can enjoy the surroundings. You can check out the view as you move through this game. It moves very slowly, and I love that. I love that. You know, some shooters have such a frantic pace. You know, by the time you get done, you have the shakes, and you go through withdrawals. It's like, you know, this is one of those shooters that you can pop in. The graphics are pleasing. The music's terrific, and you can just like lay back and enjoy the scenery. It's like going on a Sunday morning drive, really. Zero Wing. Highly recommend this game. A lot of fun. And it's one of these games, I love this particular style shooter. If I'm going to design a shooter, here it goes. Give me unlimited continues. Difficulty, it doesn't matter. You can make it as hard as you want. Just give me unlimited continues, okay? And don't put me all the way back to the beginning of the board. Set me at a checkpoint. All right, I fought to get to that area. You want to make it hard? Fine. I fought to get to that area, but then keep me there and give me unlimited continues, and then I can plow through it. And those are the best types of games, types of shooters to play with a friend. I remember playing Sinistron. Boy, oh boy, you want to give yourself a mental breakdown? Play Sinistron. I was playing Sinistron with my buddy Phil. And that's what we would do. You know, a lot of games you have continues, like R-Type and Gate of Thunder. It's like, you always have this stress level in your back of your mind. It's like, oh God, I got to get this done, or it's going to be, you know, I got 3 more continues left. It's got to get done now. I'm on the last level, you know, almost to the last boss. It's got to get done now. And then you can rupture a capillary or another, you know, major artery that provides blood supply to the brain. Okay, Zero Wing. This is a great shooter. Highly recommend it. Very pleased with this game. Okay. Here we go. Here's a game that another game that I was going to buy. I refused to buy it, and I'll explain why. But this was given to us by a YouTuber by the name of Tiger Woods. Okay, and his actual name is Nelson. I want to say Nelson, I want to say thank you very much. Because as you know, Bidhead 1000, we're trying to build, a complete PC Engine shooter collection. So something like this really helps out. So, Nelson, I want to say thank you very much. That's extreme generosity, and I'm really grateful for it. So here we go. He sent me this thing. He's like, it's not mint like you like your game's mint, and all it is the cover has a couple scratches in it, but you can put a new cover on there, a new CD cover, no big deal. Thing looks like it's brand new. It's in great shape. It's in fantastic shape, and it's a great addition to our collection over here. And okay, so you know what's funny? He messaged me, "Do you have R-Type complete?" And I think I messaged him back like, no, and I don't want it because this game pisses me off, okay? R-Type is my favorite shooter, hands down, of all time. And so I have R-Type 1, I have R-Type 2, I have R-Type for the TurboGrafx, which is the complete version of R-Type. But here we go, R-Type Complete is the complete version on CD with remastered people say Red Book music. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. But it's arranged music. Okay, now number one, why anybody in this planet Earth would want to rearrange that gorgeous R-Type chip music? I mean, that music, when I turn on R-Type and I hit that first level and you get that bird, you know what I'm talking about if you play R-Type, it sends a chill up and down my spine. It's the most fantastic music I've ever heard in a shooter. R-Type, and it's on this little 8-bit monster of a machine. Okay, why would you want to arrange that music? So what do? They put it in these god-awful cutscenes, and they arrange the music. And the only good part about it is you get the entire game on one disc. I loathe this game. I think it's trash, complete, utter garbage, just for what they tried to do to it. But I appreciate it, Nelson. Thank you very much. Okay, moving along. Here's a game that I got because I thought I was going to be able to play with my wife. All right, I'll admit it to you. I'm trying, I have these dreams that I'm going to be able to take the PC Engine up into the living room, plug it into the TV, and all of a sudden, I'm going to bring my girlfriend, my wife, into video game land, and then she's going to be like, oh, let's get more games and whatnot. And I tried to sneak it up on her. I figured we'll play some Bomberman. Wouldn't she love that? She can blow me to smithereens. I'll let her win. I bring the machine up. I put it on the coffee table. By the time I get done plugging it in, we got the TV hanging on the wall. By the time I get plugging it in, our living room was nice. But by the time I plug it in, this wire's hanging out all over the place. She walks into the room. She's like, "What is this?" She's like, "Get it out of the room right now." So I picked up everything and I walked out of there like a dog with my tail between my legs. Bomberman. It's a great game. Oh, by the way, R-Type, you're going to pay, I think you're going to pay as much as 50, 60, 70 bucks for it. Bomberman, very cheap. And $19, $15. I tried to pick up a nice copy. I mean, I think you get as little as $12.99, plus $4 shipping or something like that. Okay, moving along here. Here we go, guys. Image Fight. Irem. I have a love affair with Irem. Wow, what a company. Image Fight is one of those shooters where I put it in and I couldn't shut it off. To this day, Image Fight is one of my favorite shooters of all time. So wouldn't I be stupid not to pick up Image Fight 2? And here's a game that gets bashed. This game gets bashed because you know why? You know why I feel it gets bashed? Because it doesn't try to do something much different than it did originally. It's Image Fight 2. This time it's on Super CD. It's not on chip. It's got cutscenes. It's got beautiful graphics. And it maintains that... Oh my god, it maintains that difficulty. Man, is this game hard. This game is so hard. I think I got past the second boss and I thought to myself, oh my god, if I ever have to do that again. I almost forgot. I think I got past the first boss and I was like, I have to beat this game now. The second boss, I have to, because it has unlimited continues that lets you plow forward. I think I said I can't shut this machine off now because I never want to try to beat that boss again. I beat that boss by the skin of my teeth. I couldn't even imagine doing it again. Image Fight 2 is hard, but it's a great game. Okay, wow, we're talking about sequels to games. Here's one that didn't take me too long to decide on buying, and that's Download 2. Wow, Download was such an exciting game. The original Download is on chip. This is on regular CD-ROM. Download was such a beautiful game from its animations. It reminded me of, say, Nintendo doing Ninja Gaiden cutscenes. This was Download, a shooter on a chip that was doing these beautiful cutscenes, which had to be unusual for a shooter game to have cutscenes, to have a password system. This is basically Image Fight to Image Fight 2, Download to Download 2. It's a beautiful sequel. It's more of what you got it's more of what you got in Download 1, but enhanced. Enhanced all the way around. Download 2. Beautiful game. I beat the original Download, so naturally I wasn't able to give this that much time. I can't wait to play it some more. It's a really, really, really good game. Okay. Okay, here's another one, guys. You know, if you're going to go by people's top 10 lists, and you're going to say, oh, well, you know, these guys come to the consensus that this should be on the top 10, so I'm going to buy this game, be careful. All right, because this is going to be very controversial. Okay, we have Cotton here. Oh, and by the way, Download was like, Image Fight 2, oh my god. It was like $110 or something like that. Download 2, I think, was just like $60. Image Fight 2 is an expensive game. And so is this one right here. I think we paid $107 for this. Jesus Christ, people. Cotton? A lot of people love this game. It's again, it's one of those games that I had such expectations going into. I don't know, I just expected it to be greater than it was. So I probably have to play it some more, but you know, at this point in time, you know, it's Cotton. Nice graphics, nice ideas, you know, but it didn't knock my socks off like it was supposed to. But you know what did knock my socks off? And boy, oh boy, did they get it right. Gradius 2. Let me tell you guys, if you like Gradius, like the original Gradius, was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. But this is, it like, what a shame that they didn't come out with Gradius 3 on the PC Engine. That would have been like, because the jump from Gradius to Gradius 2 is so beautiful. Oh my god, guys, the music in this game. And the first level is just, it's a masterpiece. You're driving in and out of these suns, and these dragons are coming out of the suns like solar flares, and they go in these patterns, and it's just like, whew, Gradius 2 is a beautiful game. God, I got to give this a better shot, because this game was kicking my ass. But so was Gradius. But then eventually you crack it. You crack it. Weapon combinations. Gradius gets to that point where it beats you, it beats you, and then it embraces you. You know, and then you just want to keep playing it over and over and over and over again because you felt like you got good at a game that was so hard. That's how all these Konami shooters are. That's how Life Force was on the original Nintendo. You play it for your first time, you say, oh my god, this is the hardest game I ever played, but then you play it, and then you get it. And then you get it, and then it's like, wow, this is a great game. And you're able to plow through it on one guy. Because there's a very specific pattern, there's a very specific procedure. You know, you just got to figure it out. I guess that's like that with all shooters, but the Gradius games exemplify that. And Gradius 2 is a beautiful game. Okay, well, you know, here we go. And Gradius 2 is about, I don't know, this is going for about 70 bucks, 80 bucks, something like that. Okay, moving along. All right, because this is Star Parodia. Okay, I've heard guys say that they bought the fucking PC Engine CD player. By the way, this is a Super CD game. As with Cotton. Okay, and another Super CD game, Star Parodia. People have said that they've bought a Turbo Duo or the TurboGrafx or the PC Engine CD just to play this game. Would I buy the TurboGrafx CD player just to play this game? What I will say about it is it's a beautiful game. It's a clean game. It is a perfect running game. It is a good game. Okay, it's not what I expected it to be. The music's very uplifting. It's very good. The graphics are very, very clean. The controls are very tight. But I don't know. I think the big hang-up. Listen, you can be a PC Engine in the game. Okay, I get it. You know, and you get hue cards as power-ups, and you can shoot out like CDs, CD-ROMs, and whatnot. I understand it's a cute gimmick and whatnot, you know, and it's a cute game, and it's very colorful and blah blah blah. Star Parodia. Is it that killer app for the system? I don't believe so. I don't believe so whatsoever. I think it's a good game. Is it worth the price? The price is now like, I think it's like $70 to $80 now. I can think of many other games that I'd rather play. Let's just put it that way. But it's not bad. And many other games, meaning this game right here. Guys, listen, if you know anything, if you want to listen to Bedhead 1000, all right, and you want a good PC Engine shooter, here you go right here. Okay? Macross 2036. Okay, and for the little time that I have spent with this game, I'm like, ooh, this is it. This is it. Right from the very beginning, awesome cutscenes. Macross, I'm not familiar with the anime. Apparently there's a lot of music from the anime in here. I'm not familiar with anime much at all. When I was a kid, I can remember you know, seeing Macross stuff all over the place, magazines and stuff like that. I always thought it was great. I always thought it was interesting, but I could never get my hands on it. So it was never really a part of my life. But Macross I was always curious about. You know, what's the story? What's going on with this? Even though it's in Japanese, I can't understand a goddamn thing. Beautiful animations, beautiful cutscenes, great music, and a great shooter. Again, shoot enemies, collect currency, go into the shop at the end of the level, and you can pick out these incredible weapons. A great weapon system where you can get this laser where you have a certain amount of it shot, but it builds back up. It has like a charge meter where you can shoot this high-powered laser, and the charge meter will go up until, I guess, the gun almost gets hot. And then you let off, and you can shoot your regular weapon, and it'll charge. Depending on the power of the weapon, it'll cool off more slowly than, say, a weaker weapon, which will cool off fast. And if the weapon's very strong, maybe the meter will go up fast. as opposed to a weaker weapon, which will climb gradually. Really cool, really cool. And then when you fight bosses, you transform. Your ship transforms into a robot, and you have this almost like Forgotten Worlds type of rotational shooting, where one button will rotate you one way, one button will rotate you the other way, which kind of breaks up the monotony of your standard shooter boss fight. So again, tremendous graphics. You know, a lot of parallax scrolling in this game. And just a really solid game, and I really look forward to putting a lot more time into this. So again, you know, you're gonna have to pull out your wallet for this one. I believe it was $70, $80 range. Super CD-ROM. Here we go. This is a Bithead 1000 shooter right here. This is serious business. There's no fucking around. Okay, guys, so look at this. We are a few steps closer to a complete PC Engine shooter collection. And to be honest with you right now, if you talk about the hobby of video game collecting, there is no cooler collection than a PC Engine shooter collection. I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. The more I play these games, the more I realize, and it's not just shooters either. I'm starting to understand that, you know, there are other games for the PC Engine that are just like, you know, make this system probably the most incredible 16-bit, 8-bit system ever made. Okay, hands down. So there you have it, guys. I'm Bithead 1000. You just tuned in to the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. I'll see you next time.